Hello Flock family and one of the Flock Felts and Fibers craft room. We've got another fun tutorial for you today. It is almost Easter, and so we've got an Easter themed garland that we're going to be putting together with some of the products we're testing out, and you can share your opinion in the craft room. We have some really cute shapes that we're doing that we're cutting out of felt, and just so you have a little sneak peek on some of these fun shapes and styles. We've got bunnies and chicks and sheep, carrots and all that kind of stuff. So we want to know your opinion as we go through this, what you think about those, if you would enjoy purchasing some of these die cut shapes if we have them available in our shop. Not only these, but all throughout the year, we're thinking of heading that direction and making some of those available to you. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna have fun today. Let's get started on this tutorial. Here is a spread of these cute shapes. We've got them all cut out. When you make a felt ball garland, you're going to have some string that you can use. You can use floss, DMC floss, or this cotton twine like we have here. This is a little bit thicker. The advantage of the floss is it goes through the felt ball easier. The advantage of the cotton twine is that it's a little bit stronger. So you can choose depending on what you would like to do. And if you want another color too, this is just a natural color, but floss of course comes in lots of different colors. So you have your string for the garland. You want to get some scissors to be able to snip with. We like these fun little scissors that we offer in the shop. And you want yourself a nice chenille needle. This, I believe, is a chenille number 22. You can get a chenille number 20 or even 18 is good to get through those thick felt balls. And what you see here are just a number of die cut shapes that we have cut out for the purpose of doing a garland. We're not going to use all of these. We'll pick and choose a few of them. And the felt balls that you see out here are from our Easter palette. So you've got grass, eternal sunshine, lavender, spring tickle, and candy floss. So these are some fun Easter colors that we will use when we start putting our felt ball garland together. You can organize these in any pattern that you would like to. If you wanted to buy felt balls individually, you can pick which colors you'd like. If you got a palette, there's 10 of each of these colors. It's a total of 50 felt balls in the palettes. So what's kind of fun to do is to have a centerpiece for your garland, like maybe you could do a large egg and then a couple smaller accent eggs or shapes, however you want to do it when you put yours together. And I'm going to go ahead and actually just have these side by side, color by color, so no real distinct pattern except for like green, pink, purple, yellow, spring tickle, and just kind of stagger them that way. You can spread them out about 1.5 inches apart. You can do felt ball garlands that are just right next to each other. It's really up to you. It's a lot of fun to play with and experiment, but it is super, super easy to do. So we can start by cutting yourself a nice piece of this twine or of the floss that you're going to use. We usually do about 3 yards. So we'll get that cut and we'll meet you back here. Okay, so I am a woman and I changed my mind. I have the right to do that. I have a nice, pretty kind of field of lilacs color of floss rather than the white that I was going to do. And I cut 3 yards of it, like I said. And I have the end piece here kind of folding down like so. And I'm going to tie off a knot at the end. And this is so we have a little loop at the end to be able to hang our garland when it's complete. So you want to have a nice little loop like that, something where you can hang your garland. And then after this, we're going to thread our needle with the floss and begin attaching our felt balls. So I'll see you back here in just a second. Okay, so we have threaded our needle like so. We have a couple inches at the edge there that we're going to just leave hanging. And now we have our nice strand that is ready to begin attaching the felt balls. This is super easy. I'm just going to do in order, just, you know, of color, just one of each color. You want to just find about the center of the felt ball, and you're going to poke that needle through and have it come out at about the center of the other side. So easy that a child can do it. You'll see you come right through, you string that felt ball onto your piece of floss and just get it through all the way to the edge on the one side. If you want to leave a little bit of space, that's fine, because later you'll go through and space the felt balls however you'd like to. Then we're just going to attach the colors in whatever order we would like them to go. I'm going to have them just one of each, as I said. So I think I'm going to do a yellow. Again, go through that center. If you feel like it doesn't come out in the center, you can always wiggle and move your needle around until you get it right, until you get it dead center. Then you're going to pull it on through. And you're just going to keep going like so all the way to the edge. And I'm going to string several of these felt balls on in order, and when I get to the halfway point, I'm going to stop and show you the progress. Okay, so we have strung together these lovely felt beads. You can see them all in a row. I push them close together because I just want to show you how you can space them. If it's really up to you how you want to space them. You can do them in chunks, like we had 5 colors. You could do them in sets of 5, or if you want to do about, you know, about an inch between each ball, you can do that. And then as you get closer to the middle, if you want to add an accent piece, like some kind of wool applique piece, like the ones that you saw in the beginning, the ones that are laying on the table in front of me. If you'd like to put one together that is coordinating in color, you can do that. So you can spread these out just however you'd like to. It's kind of fun to just space them and play with them and see what you like and what's going to fit in the location where you're going to hang it. So we have these lovely colors all strung together. And then when we get to the center, we're just going to, I might do this guy. This guy's kind of cute. That'd be a cute little centerpiece. We do have some that are already finished. You can add a little chick piece if you'd like to. You can put a little stuffing in this to add something that's a little bit different. Then we also have, we had a bunny if you wanted to add bunnies or sheep. This little carrot guy is kind of cute. You could do a centerpiece that is color coordinated, and then continue with the rest of your felt balls on the other side. Okay, so just a quick tip as you are doing any applique stuff like this. Usually you can actually take the DMC floss, and if you've done applique, you've probably done this before, but you can just actually use fewer strands. So you can take just about half of those strands, about 3, and you can unwind that floss. You don't want to use all 6 strands for everything because it's just too thick. So you just want to, stop please, you just want to take those and pull them apart. Now you have a nice thin piece that you can use for your applique. Okay, so we've got our needle and we've got a knot at the end of our thread. If you're ever doing wool applique and you've got the front and the back piece, you always want to applique first and then you attach your back side, so all of that work is covered on the back. So some of you have been doing applique for a while, you know that already. You can pin things in place, or you can also iron them in place if you have any adhesive like that. I'm just pinning it for the sake of this. Now if you're going to do something simple like attaching a small piece like this bunny ear here, you can do just one straight running stitch here, just right up and down. And so you want to come in on the bottom side, and then however you are going to attach it, whatever stitch you want to use, you can decide that in advance. And then I'm just going to use one simple little running stitch to tack these pieces down. Actually, these tiny pieces you really don't need. I mean, sometimes you can just get away with one stitch because they're so small. We just tack that in place, and then you can do the other side. And whatever colors you want to do, you can do a coordinating color, or you can do, like I could have used white on this if I wanted to use white. This is a little tricky doing it far away from me with this camera going, to try to get it in the right spot. Okay. So we do one straight stitch up like this. You got your two little ears in place. This little nose is so tiny you could almost just glue it on. Okay, so we've done some cute little stitching on our bunny. And then when we're done in the back, we're going to just, I like to put my needle through just a tiny bit, not so you see it on the other side, but just grab some of that felt there in your needle. And then I usually wrap the thread around twice. And when I pull, that knot gets right up against the edge. And this is all going to be hidden, so you can just trim that little piece of string there, and you're all done with that part. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire process of doing this bunny, but for time's sake, we're going to fast forward, finish up the applique on this bunny, and we're going to put this garland together. All right, so we have our cute little bunny. I did add a little bit of stuffing, and the no eyes thing is purely just something that I like. It's kind of a different art style. Some people might want bunny eyes. I just left them eyeless. Anyhow, we did the blanket stitch all the way around the edge, put in a tiny bit of stuffing. We stitched across the back so it can hang. You can do that however you would like to do it, wherever you want it to hang best, and whatever works for the project that you're doing. So we have our string of felt balls, and we're going to string up the other side. I'm going to start with the spring tickle just like I have on this side here. We're going to go all the way out, and then we will show you the finished product. Here we have it. Yay! Looking beautiful. Our completed Easter garland. If you have enjoyed this tutorial and other tutorials, please subscribe to our channel. And if you are part of the One of the Flock Felts and Fibers craft room on Facebook and you are enjoying it, then please share with a friend.